Oh, are we on? I think we are. Hey guys, Francois T here. Welcome to our first ever live Shadowhunters chat. I am so excited to be getting into this episode because it was amazing, you guys. If you haven't seen Shadowhunters before and you're watching this video delayed or you're watching it live or whatever, you really have to get into Shadowhunters because it's an amazing show. Every single episode is fantastic, and this one I feel like even more. Like, I came into this episode with so many expectations of how it was going to be really great and that I was going to enjoy every moment, and I was still blown away by it. So that was absolutely amazing. If you are here in the room, say hi, and I will totally give you a shout out. Let's discuss this episode because I feel like quite a few things actually went down in the second half, for the premiere episode for the second half of season 2. I think it's been a pretty good start. So let's see what's happening. Isabella is here. Hi, Isabella. Marissa says, never seen Shadowhunters, but figured you may intrigue me. Well, let's hope so, Marissa. Hi. I was a little worried, honestly. I'm going to admit, you guys, that people wouldn't come to this chat because not a lot of people on my channel watch Shadowhunters. So if you do watch it, certainly comment below and let me know that you do. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode. I was really happy with it. Season 2, episode 11, Mia Maxima Culpa is what it was called. And yeah, we had quite a few reveals. So for those of us who have watched it, as I said in the review of the show, obviously it started off with Chase and Alec talking about whether or not they should, Chase should tell Clary that he is not her brother and that Valentine is not her father. His father is her father, not his father. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that was, I think that was very interesting. I feel like that set up a lot of the episode for Chase. Chase went through quite an emotional turn through this episode. Did you guys love what Chase went through? I was talking to a friend of mine last night. We both agreed the emotional scene with Chase and Alec was totally amazing. I absolutely love that. And I have so much to say about Alec. If you guys watch my PLL videos, then you know for sure that I say Nona. When it comes to this show, I say Alec. So I love, love, love him. What do you think about him? Comment below and let me know. Isabella says, love Shadowhunters. Have you read the books? No, I've not read the books as yet. I didn't even know it was based on a book series, and then I went into a bookstore and someone was telling me that it is based on a book series. So yeah, I definitely will have to get onto that and start reading them because I love reading. So I'll definitely have to check that out for sure. So yeah, what do you guys think about this whole Simon thing as well? That's something else that I want to discuss with you guys. For me, look, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but Simon is not my favorite character in the show. I feel like, not that we should be talking about Endgame yet because we are so far away from Endgame, but if there was an Endgame for Shadowhunters, I feel like it would be Clary and Chase and not Clary and Simon. But what do you guys think? Isabella says, seeing Jace cry was so strange. In the books he cries maybe like twice, but I guess it's nice to see his emotional side. Definitely, and I feel like the reason why he was crying was because of Clary. Remember, Clary said, you know, allow yourself to feel, and he did that. And I think it will help him in the end, but time will certainly tell as far as that goes. So what else happened? So yeah, obviously Simon was out in the sun with Clary, and that proves that he's a daywalker. It's fantastic, you guys, for him, but I must say, like, I'm just not a fan of Simon. Like, no offense to the actor, he's obviously, you know, he's a good actor and that's why he's on the show, but I just don't like him. But if you guys like Simon, that is totally fine. Let me know. I certainly do come in peace. That's absolutely fine. We also need to talk about the Clave. There has been some rumors about the Clave, and the cast revealed that the Clave could be all sorts of shady, which I think we suspected for a while, that they could be lying and not telling the truth about everything. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's a possibility? Isabella says, I love Simon and his sense of humor, but him and Clary aren't meant to be. Clace all the way. Yeah, totally, girl. Clace all the way. I definitely feel like that is definitely going to be Endgame. Hopefully for the end of the season. We'll have to see what happens there, though. So yeah, what else? Talk to me about your feelings with Izzy and this whole Yin Fen thing. That's obviously, it was very interesting, but as well, this whole thing with Izzy and Sebastian. What do we think about Sebastian? Like, is he shady or what? Like, I certainly felt throughout the episode that I was going between trusting him and not trusting him. I don't know, you guys. Maybe it's the PLL in me that sort of says, oh, can you trust someone or not? But I was going, oh, look, he's such a nice guy and he saved her and he's trying to help her. But what is this medicine? Oh, my God. And then the burning of the hand. Oh, my God. All kinds of weird. So what is going on there, you guys? Like, seriously, do we buy that he is even a shadow hunter? Like, I know he said he's from the UK or from London or what he said, but my friend was saying, well, he's got runes, so we can, I guess, assume that he is a shadow hunter. I just don't know if he is or not. So what do you guys think? Isabel says, in the review, you questioned how Jace could break from the torture spell the demon put on all of them when they summoned Azazel. His love for Clary is so strong, and seeing her in pain made him activate the rune so he could break free. Excellent. Yeah, so that's obviously what he was saying to Alec. I don't know, again, if it's just because Pretty Little Liars makes me question everything, but I sort of went, is that what it was, or was it the angel blood? Do we take it as confirmation that that's what it was? If it was, I think it's absolutely beautiful, but I just don't know what to trust at this stage, and certainly with it being the premiere episode of the second half of the season, it's hard to know what to trust at this stage. But yeah, do we like Sebastian? Do we trust him? Comment below and let me know, because I want to see what you guys think early on, and then we can compare that to what happens as we go throughout the season. What else can we talk about? We can talk about the wolf pack. Look, you guys, I'm slowly starting to get over the wolf pack. No offense to any of the wolfies out there, for Shadowhunter wolfies that is, because I do love Team Wolf. I have to catch up with it, but we're talking about Shadowhunters. I don't know, I get that Luke is a big part of Clary's life and all that, but I really just, I don't know. I feel like we don't need these scenes with the wolf pack, but what do you guys think? Let me know. And obviously Russell challenging Luke and Russell ending up leaving the pack with the majority of the wolf pack was very interesting. But I will stick by what I said in my review, that I was very proud of Luke. Mad props to him for really not caring and just saying, look, we will survive Tamaya. So I was happy that he did that, and that he didn't battle Russell. I felt like that showed a lot of class. So Isabella says, I guess you haven't read the book, so I don't want to spoil Sebastian to you, but let's just say he's all kinds of shady. Love him as a character, but yeah, he's got secrets, big ones. Ooh, I can't wait to find out what they are. Yes, don't spoil it for me, Isabella. Thank you, I appreciate that. Speaking of no spoilers, again, I know this is not a PLL chat, but a lot of people have asked me, have I seen the episode? I haven't, and I want to warn you guys that it might take a while for me to get the review up. It will be up prior to the live chat tomorrow at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, but I haven't seen it yet, so please, you guys, no PLL spoilers while we are here in the Shadowhunters live chat. Okay, so what else can we talk about? Let's talk about Alec and Magnus. As AD says, I don't watch Shadowhunters, but I may start. Well, you certainly should, AD. It is a great show. One of the things that, because AD and a lot of you guys are from our PLL chat, I'll make a few comparisons to you. We have some shady characters. There are some mysteries to work out. Obviously, it's not like PLL where we're trying to find out who AD is, but there are some mysteries such as, you know, is this person shady? Are they not? There are some ships certainly involved. It is a supernaturally based show, but it is a really good supernaturally based show. If any of you guys tried to watch Lucifer and couldn't get on board with, like me, the fact that it's not supernatural enough, you don't have that with Shadowhunters, and also you are never let down. Every episode is amazing. So yeah, definitely I would recommend that you get onto it. Marissa says, lol, I messaged you on Twitter to ask if you've seen it because I didn't want to tweet spoilers. I will be Yeah, Marissa, I actually got your tweet. Thank you so much for that. I got your message. The reason I didn't reply is because I haven't seen it yet. So, but thank you so much for sending me the message. Feel free to keep messaging me. But yeah, if you could not spoil what happened, I would really appreciate it. So yeah, so let's talk about Alec and Magnus. Do you guys love them together? I know what happened to Magnus, obviously, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I do want to talk about the relationship that they have. I love it. As you guys know, if you've seen me talk about Shadowhunters before, I've said it many times, but I'll say it again. When Alec goes to get married to that woman who I never loved that whole marriage, and Magnus stops the wedding, and Alec stops the wedding himself, rushes up to Magnus and kisses him. Oh my God, that like completely changed Shadowhunters for me. It was a show that I liked, and it turned into a show that I absolutely loved. I love them together. I think they're absolutely perfect for one another. But I don't mind if you guys don't think the same thing, but comment below and let me know if you love Magnus and Alec together. Isabella says, I commented on your Shadowhunter review and asked if you've seen a promo for the next episode. Yes, Isabella, you did. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten back to you, but I did just watch the promo before coming to this chat to make sure that I was aware of what's going on, and we're certainly going to be discussing that in just a moment. Isabella says, love Malik. Yes, we love them so much. With everything that's going down right now, I feel so bad for Alec. Clearly, he doesn't know what's going on. But yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys, I have a question for you. So, you know, during the episode, how this Azazel Prince of Hell thing went up to some guy in a bar and was saying, you have the cup and all this. Who was that guy? Like, seriously, I know he's dead and all that. Was he a member of the Clave? Like, I can't believe I've totally forgotten. But who is that guy? Hopefully you guys can let me know. Isabel says, Alec was meant to marry Lydia. Ah, that was her name. There you go. Yeah, so I so wasn't on board with that marriage at all. I'm so glad it didn't work out and that he found Magnus, because it would have been very heartbreaking had he actually gone through with the wedding. Let's see what else we can talk about. Yeah, so let's quickly talk about Raphael. It was interesting that Raphael was at Magnus's house. What was he doing at Magnus's house in the first place? That I don't know. I found that quite interesting. But the fact that he told Alec what was going on with Izzy, I have a lot of respect for that. And I'm starting to trust Raphael, probably more than I should. But I do like that he said that. And hopefully Alec at least trusts him enough to know that what he's saying is true, but it certainly seems like he did, because they did all go out to look for Izzy, didn't they? Isabella says, the guy who Azazel killed in the bar, yeah, that's the one. I believe they were members of the Circle. Ah, there you go. Okay, thank you. It's so confusing, like, when you've been away for so long, and I haven't, like, really caught up, or not caught up, I am caught up, but I didn't go back and watch all the episodes in anticipation of it coming back. So I was like, who the heck is this person? I have no idea who they are. But yeah, thank you so much for telling me. So what we find out about this greater demon, and I don't know if this greater demon is in the book or is not in the book, but what we do find out is that the sand sample that Alec takes to Magnus is from Dudail, the worst dimension in hell, which I found to be honestly rather compelling when we found out this guy is the Prince of Hell. He's not only a demon, but he is like literally one of the princes of hell, which I like that. Like, there's a couple of princes in hell. Does this mean we are going to go to hell? Now, do I have a Lucifer complex and want to go and visit hell and heaven in a show? Yes, I do. I'm not overly religious, but I would love to see television's depictions of things like heaven and hell, particularly in a show like Shadowhunters. Do you think this means that we will get to see, not to use a PLL term, but Azazel's lair? Do you think we will get to see that? If we do, I think that will be totally awesome. Isabel says, Raphael and Magnus have a long history. Magnus saved Raphael when he was a young vampire, so they both trust each other. There you go. See, so I totally forgot about that, Isabella, but thank you for telling me that. Obviously, they can trust each other, or at least Raphael can trust Magnus after he saved him, so that's really awesome. IJ says, YOLO. Hello. Hi, IJ. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you watch Shadowhunters? Let me know. And even if you don't watch Shadowhunters, that is totally fine. Thank you so much for being here. AD says, if I start the show next week, how confused will I be without watching any earlier episodes? I think you will be able to catch up eventually with it, but I do feel like you should start at least from the start of season 2. I feel like with season 1, and I could be wrong, you guys can certainly correct me, but with season 1, I feel like you can go to Wikipedia or something and basically like read the blurbs about what the episodes were about to catch up, and then start with season 2. Prior to this episode, there were 10 episodes for season 2, so it shouldn't take too long to catch up with that. But a lot did happen in season 2 that is like almost way too much to go into, especially the finale for season 2A. There was quite a big thing that went down. I won't spoil it for you, but certainly I would recommend go and check it out and let me know what you think. Alofa Lepua is here. Hello, Alofa. Thank you for joining us. Says you haven't done a PLL review yet. Yeah, so I have spoken about that, and I'll say it again. I've not seen the episode yet, and I'll be seeing the episode a little later on. The review is going to be late, so I want to warn you guys about that already. It may not even be up until tomorrow, but I will say this: the live chat is still happening 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So no matter what, come back at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the PLL review, because that is definitely going to be on no matter what. Isabella says, AD, you might get it, but it might get confusing, I think you're saying, but you'll catch on pretty quickly. Yeah, like it's pretty easy to catch on with what is going on. So yeah, so that's good. But I definitely feel like without a doubt, you must watch the finale of 1A at the very least, because something very big went down there that you sort of need to know about before you can go forward. But again, I would recommend that you watch 2A at the very least. Isabella says we might go to hell at one point, but if so, it will be a long, long way down, probably at the end if they follow the books, of course. Well, that would be great. I would love it if they do, because I was very disappointed in Lucifer. If you haven't seen the show, don't worry, but there were teasers that we would go to heaven and we never did, and it just really upset me. I would love it if it happened here. I got to ask you guys, what did you think of the ritual last night? Yeah, I love when shows do rituals. I love Charmed, as you guys know, but I feel like Shadowhunters has a darker way of doing rituals, and I loved the summoning ritual they did to get Azazel to them. What did you think of that? Let me know. IJ says, yes, I love Shadowhunters. Was sad when Clary's mum died. Yeah, totally. That was really, really sad. So I'm glad we were able to deal with that. I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers for some people who haven't seen it, but yeah, definitely it was a sad moment, especially when they had the funeral. That was really sad. Isabel says, I was actually happy when she died. Lol, sorry, but the actress annoyed me, though her last episode was decent and pretty emotional. I agree. I definitely agree. I feel like there was a difference between the mum when she was just the mum and when she was the mum at the institute. I felt like there was definitely a difference there. IJ says, yeah, she was annoying. AD says, since I don't want spoilers for the show, gotta go by Francois. Yeah, totally, AD. I completely understand. Go watch, catch up, and we can talk about what you saw in the next chat. Billy Payne is here, and I've never seen Billy Payne before, so big shout out to you. Hello, welcome. Says, have you done any preliminary shadow hunting in the Netherlands? No. What is shadow hunting in the Netherlands? You'll have to let me know. For those of you who don't know, I am part Dutch, so I wasn't born in Holland. I was born in Australia, but let me know what that is. That sounds very exciting. Alufa Lapur says, I must say, you're very underrated. Love your reviews. Much love from your neighbor in New Zealand. Mwah, thank you so much, Alufa. I really appreciate that. Yeah, look, I mean, for me, I love watching shows. I love reviewing them. And a lot of people have said that they like how real it is. And it is. Like, whether I'm doing a review, a Q&A, or a live chat, nothing is edited. What you see is what you get. And I just have a great passion for these shows that I talk about. So thank you. I appreciate that you like it as well. So yeah, what else can we talk about? So we've talked about Izzy and Sebastian. Sorry guys, just quickly looking over my notes. So yeah, talk to me about the ritual. Oh yes, and Isabella is But I'll get to that in one sec, because IJ saying, by the way, Pretty Little Lies was so good, won't spoil it for you though. Thank you so much. Please don't spoil it for me. I'm so looking forward to seeing it. Isabella says, the summoning ritual was pretty cool. Got to admit, their special effects have gotten so much better. Oh my God, I agree. Like, and that's the thing, like as I was saying earlier, I went from liking Shadowhunters quite a lot to loving it, and the special effects are amazing. I feel like, and you guys may disagree with me, and that's totally fine. As you know, sometimes the cheese does stand alone, but if you're going to do a supernatural show, you're going to go all out, right? Like, you can't do like Lucifer. I mean, again, if you haven't seen Lucifer, I don't blame you. Don't waste the time. Save yourself the pain. There's like next to nothing in Lucifer that is supernatural. It's really sad. But if you look at something say like Charmed, which was really awesome the way they did that, Supernatural, I feel like, kicks it up in an even bigger notch. So I do love that, and I agree. Isabella goes on to say, and the fact that the actor who plays Magnus is a dancer, his choreography looks believable. I did not know he was a dancer, but I totally agree. His choreography does look amazing. I love how it's done. Like, you can totally believe that he is a warlock. He's very good at what he does. Billy says, I'm talking about the Netherlands. They have very interesting shadowing in lots of castles. Okay. Sorry, guys, just a moment. So glad I didn't read that out because we had a troll here. Okay, guys, let's do some sort of ritual since this is a supernatural show, chat, and, you know, let's keep the trolls away, shall we? Can't believe I thought he was a real person. Okay, Isabella says the summoning ritual is cool. Yep, I read that. IJ says, oh yeah, what happened to Magnus after the ritual? He seemed off. Well, have you seen the promo for next week? We're going to be discussing that in just a moment, so don't go away. We're definitely going to talk about that. Isabella says, oh, and one more thing, Sebastian's scene when he burns his hand, it says a lot about him. I'm just going to say that. Just hope carry out of his character the right way. We love Sebastian. Okay, cool. We'll definitely have to see what happens there, but yeah, like, I definitely felt something was going on with the hand thing, and I can't wait to see what it means, if anything. Alofa says, do you think Jace will end up with Clary? That is my hope, honestly. I know she's with Simon at the moment, but I'm really hoping that the end game will be Clary and Chase together. I do feel like they belong together. And the fact that they are not brother and sister, I mean, just makes it work even more, doesn't it? Marissa says, haha, trolls are people too. They just don't have anything to do. Yeah, you're right. They are people too. They're very negative people who like to put people down. And we honestly, you know, we don't love them. So I hope that they don't keep coming back, but I guess they do. And we'll just have to deal with that. So I'm sorry if you guys read that comment. It was rather offensive. I'm so sorry that you had to see that. I will do the best I can to block trolls as soon as I realize they are trolls. AD says, I hate leaving the chats. It feels like my home, but let's not get emotional here. Remember the moments of silence for the family. I'm going to Wiki to do some info on the show. Wonderful, AD. Definitely go ahead and do that, and watch the show and catch up and join us for the next chat. We'll definitely do a moment of silence before the end of the chat today. So thanks, AD, for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will get onto PLL as soon as possible. Alofa says, I ship Jace and Alec more. Lol. Lol, this sparring scene though. Oh, true. Like, loved that sparring scene. You know what? I wouldn't mind if Jace and Alec got together. I mean, I do love my Malik, so, you know, no hate mail. I love my Malik. But there is something about the whole Parabatai forbidden love thing. Like, oh my God, there is something there. Isabella says, Clays are just meant to be. If they are going to keep Clary and Simon in a relationship any longer, I'll go nuts. I totally agree with you, Isabella. Like, seriously, I honestly didn't want to say this because I felt like I would get a lot of flack for it. But I mean, you know, if I want you guys to share your opinion, I definitely have to give you mine. I don't like Simon. Not that I don't like the actor. I just don't like the character. I feel like he doesn't bring anything to the show that really means anything for me. Yes, it was awesome what happened to him, but Yeah, I mean, he really needs to do a heck of a lot more for me to be all I love Simon. Isabel says, yeah, that scene was hot. But Malik are just perfect for each other, and Alec and Jace are such great parabatai. Yeah, look, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's almost like forbidden love between those two, between Jace and Alec, isn't it? But yeah, I do feel like Malik are going to be endgame, and I agree that Alec and Jace are great parabatai. I do agree with that. But yeah, again, it's the whole forbidden love thing. Like, oh, if something happened, how would that go down? Okay. So here's another question that I have for you guys. When Azazel, which I'm so trying to get my mind around the name, Azazel was torturing Valentine, what do you think was the deal there? Now, if you've read the book and you know the answer, please don't spoil it for me. But if you don't know the answer, I would love to know what your suspicion is there, because I was quite surprised that he went directly for Valentine and started like full on torturing Valentine. Like, what's going on there? I mean, as far as I can tell, they're both dark, right? So what's going on there? Unless there's some like massive twist and Azazel is somehow good, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was just for the cup. Who knows? Isabel says, speaking of forbidden parabatai love, there's actually the Dark Artifices trilogy about it. Oh, really? Where can I find that? Let me know, because that would be interesting to have a look at. Yeah, and also I want to know what this thing is called, that the torture thing that Azazel does. What we hear is a like massive ringing in our ears. I had headphones on last night when I was watching the episode, and I was just like, "Oh, this ringing, seriously." But is there a name for it, so I don't keep saying torture? I'd love to actually know what it's called. So let me know. And of course, after that, we need to talk about what happened at the end, which we are going to do. I'm happy that Izzy called Alec to let him know that she's okay, but I do feel that unfortunately, you know, this may mean something's going to happen to Izzy. I don't know what it is, but I do love her. I hope that she gets better from this whole Yin Fen thing. Although part of me last night, I have to admit, was thinking, gosh, if someone just gave her a little bit of Yin Fen, at least she'll be able to cope with what she's going through. But I'm glad that no one did, and I hope that she can deal with this. Isabel says, okay, that didn't even happen in the book, so no way to spoil it. Oh, excellent. So what did you think of it? What are your opinions on it? Let me know. So I think with Clary and Chase, the ending and how they're, they made peace, and how Chase told Clary that, he saw her and all this, or whatever he said to her. He said something to her, but I think that's what he said, that, that he saw her and that helped him. I feel like that means they are going to be endgame. I hope that's the case, but definitely, as I say, we'll have to see what happens there. But let's get to the major moment of this episode, because I was on the edge of my seat for, just quickly, Alofa says, do you do reviews for originals? Not at the moment, but a lot of people are telling me to get into it. If you think that I should and then do reviews on originals, then I will definitely do that. So yes, we get to the end, and Magnus says to Alec that he does not want Alec to walk home with him. And I'd heard a spoiler from the character that plays Alec, the actor who plays Alec, saying that it's going to be a rocky relationship with Magnus and Alec this season. And I thought, oh, this is the start of the rocky relationship. What's going on? Maybe Magnus, I don't know, maybe he's falling out of love with Alec. Who knows? But I just feel like their love is unbreakable, so it really surprised me. Or if anything, that it was going to go the other way around, and Alec would be the first to step out, not Magnus. So I was quite surprised by that. But then when you see him walking down the street and saying the line he says, which I think is something like, damn, warlocks are so sticky, or whatever he said, oh my God, biggest moment for me ever in this whole series. Like, I loved that. I never saw that. I did not see that happening at all. I did notice, however, that when Valentine woke up, he said, something like help me or save me or something. He said something when he woke up. I forgot what it was, but at the time I went, wait, hang on, something's going on here that's not right. But I didn't put two and two together until afterwards when I went, oh, wait, hang on. They've both of these people have different people inside of them, but I didn't know who they were. If you watch the promo for next week, we do actually, I feel like we do have the answer. But we could be wrong, who knows? But the promo certainly seems to be making it look like the two have swapped. So it looks like Magnus is in Valentine's body and Valentine is in Magnus's body. And not only is this a huge shock, but once we get over the shock, something huge for me is the realization that if Valentine is in Magnus's body, quit complaining, dude, you're free. And this is very scary for me because not only was he captured, but he was tortured. You know, he's going to want revenge like on everyone. So I am freaking out about this. What do you think is going to happen now that Valentine is free? Because this is not good. And poor Magnus being inside of Valentine's body, and it doesn't look like anyone's believing him or listening to him. Oh my God, I can't imagine what they're going to put him through. The poor guy. Isabella says, there are only 2 books out, Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows, out in May by Cassandra Clare, who's an author of all the Shadowhunters books. You can get it in your bookshop or online. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look for them. That sounds really awesome. I'm happy someone actually went there. So what did you guys think of the final moments of the episode? Were you shocked that it happened? Were you expecting it to be the case? And what do you think this will mean for Magnus and the potential torture he's going to go through? And for me, more importantly, for Valentine now, considering that he is free, like, oh my God, what the hell is going to happen there? So I am so excited for the next episode, you guys. It's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. I hope there's not a lull and we sort of go, oh, after this big episode, it's going to lull next week. But so far, Shadowhunters has not had a lull at all. I don't feel like there's any filler episodes. There is a reason I talk this show up. Like, I will not tell you guys, watch this show, it's amazing, if I don't fully believe it myself. And hence why I will not do another review on Lucifer, although if you've seen the review, you'll see how much I hated it, because I will only tell you shows that I love, and Shadowhunters has never once let me down. They are very consistent, and if anything, they continue to raise the bar like they did in this episode, where I came in with so many expectations thinking it's going to be okay, and it turned out to be fabulous. Like, it was better than I could have imagined, which is saying something for Shadowhunters. Isabella says, okay, if you've seen the promo, what Azazel did with Magnus and Valentine, you'd know why Azazel said he'll give Valentine his own prison. By putting him in, since Valentine despises all downwielders. Oh, right, okay. I mean, I tried to end all of them. Yep. Okay, got it. Yeah. So that's his prison. Okay, thank you, Isabella. So Isabella says, so what better way to torture him than to make him live in the skin of one? Okay. I did not make that connection. I really should have. But yeah, that's a good point. I do think, though, also, like, and I get that, and I get how it will be very torturous for him, and certainly in the promo, he is very upset about it. I think he should look at the lighter side, and the lighter side is he's free. Like, no one's about to go and track Magnus down and torture him. Like, am I wrong here? Like, I mean, come on. He got out of the Institute. He's free. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just me, but what do you guys think? Certainly let me know. So are you guys excited for next week's episode? I know I certainly am. I'm so happy the show is back, and I can't wait to keep doing reviews and stuff for Shadowhunters. I don't know if I'm going to do a Q&A for Shadowhunters or not, but if you would like me to do a Q&A, let me know. For those of you here who have not seen any of my videos before, it's totally fine. Hello and welcome. With my Q&As, what I do is I respond to all the comments I get on my review. Like, everyone in the comment below and Let Me Know family will tell you guys, I literally go through all of the comments and read them out on air, so to say, and give you my response right there and then. So if you would like for that to be the case, then certainly let me know. But otherwise, Yeah, is there anything else we need to talk about Shadowhunters? If you feel there is, let me know. Any comments or questions, even potential theories, because this may not be PLL, but I do certainly feel like we can theorize with Shadowhunters, because there are things that we need to question and think about, and in a way that's sort of in a way what relates to PLL. We have a lot of questions like what's going on with Sebastian, what's going to happen with Magnus and Valentine, Chase and Clary going to get together. Does this mean that Simon is going to be gone? Is Simon going to get back with Maya? I don't know, but we'll see. So yeah, what do you guys think? Certainly comment below and let me know. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting to see if you guys have any comments or questions, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this very first ever Shadowhunters live chat. If you did not make it to the live chat and you're watching this delayed, I will be doing a Shadowhunters live chat at 2 p.m. every Wednesday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, until the end of this season. So do feel free to come along. Subscribe to the channel, and apparently if you subscribe and hit a bell, you will be notified, or hit the bell I should say, you'll be notified of when the live chat happens. So I would love it if you guys could all come along and we could discuss this show together, because it is just so amazing. It deserves to have its own live chat. Isabel says, I understand that, but the only reason he wanted all the cup is to kill all the downworlders, so I'd say he's really passionate about that. Yeah, look, I would agree with that. I would have to say I agree with that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, oh, Isabella's saying, what do you think is that medicine Sebastian gave Izzy? You know what? Oh my God, that was all types of shady to me. Again, probably I watched way too much PLL, but I was watching him give her the medicine. I'm thinking, oh my God, Izzy, do not take this. Like, there's something bad about this. We do not trust this guy. Like, what the hell's going on? Isabel says, do you think it could be another drug? I think it could potentially be another drug. We don't know. My friend had a great comment about it when I was talking to him last night. Same friend that you guys know from PLL. And he was saying to me, well, she's taken drugs before, so, you know, I mean, what's the harm? But, which I found quite funny. But still, I mean, because we don't know what this is, I mean, poor Izzy, right? Isabel says, I'm also in the dark since it wasn't in the books. Yeah, so I think that's great. Like, I love how Marlene King completely deviated from the books. If Shadowhunters are willing to do the same, I think that's good as well, because then it, as you say, it does leave you and people who have read this book in the dark, and we can talk about it together without knowing what the answer is. But I do appreciate that you are remaining tight-lipped on things that we don't know. Do you think Raphael will find out what made Simon a daylighter? I do think he will potentially work it out. I think Raphael knows that Simon wasn't telling him the truth. I was quite surprised that he let him go as quickly as he did, but I definitely feel like he will find out, because the way he was talking about Simon becoming a daylighter was very reminiscent of Mona and the board game. Like, he was in awe of the fact that Simon was a daylighter. He said he'd been a vampire for how many years? Like, quite a few years. And, you know, people have always wanted this. They've always wanted to do this. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Isabel says, what could that mean for Simon? Well, yeah, like, I certainly feel that if they find out how this happened, I feel like Simon could be in a lot of trouble, in a world of pain. He could potentially be killed. And I feel like Chase could be in a lot of trouble as well, because did we actually get confirmation, you guys? I'm a little, I don't know, like, confused on this. Did we get confirmation that the reason Simon is now a daywalker is because of Chase? Or is that just what they were discussing and that's what we're assuming? Isabel says, will Jace and Clary come together in the next episode? I would love that, although I feel that in the Shadowhunters world, that's probably going to be rushing it a little too much. But for me, personally, as a viewer, I would so love if it was the case. It would definitely break Simon's heart, and I feel like it would certainly set him on a much darker path than he's on right now. Because as we know, now that he's a daylighter, he's all, I'm going back to university and I'm going to study music. And that's so wonderful. But I mean, come on, dude. Like, this is a much darker show than that. Isabella says, LD. I don't know what LD is, but so clarify that for me. She also says, didn't you just love that scene with Simon and Jace when he wanted to hug Jace? I did. I love that. Why did Jace not hug him? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. I'm a very huggable, whatever you want to call it, person. I love giving hugs and receiving hugs because I think the world would just be a much better place if we were all open to giving each other hugs all the time. Like, that's just me. I wish that Jace would have let Simon hug him, but, you know, he can be quite standoffish. Okay, excellent, thanks. IJ says, I liked the whole brother-sister thing between them. Also, I kind of like the nerd hot girl thing, Yeah, and I can totally agree with that. I hope I'm not frozen, you guys. Oh, looks like we're okay now. If that happens, guys, don't worry, I will keep going. Yeah, so as far as that's concerned, I feel like if, again, I hark back to PLL. For those of you who don't watch PLL, I'm sorry, but the majority of us do, so I feel like I can go back and forth. If, for example, Hannah and Mona ever, not Hannah and Mona, sorry, that's completely wrong. Wow, that would be different. If Hannah and Lucas ever ended up being a thing, I would so be on board with that. But in this situation, I do love the idea of Clary being with Jace, but I can see where you're coming from, IJ, definitely. Isabella says, yes, Simon spoke to Jace and assured him he won't tell anyone that it was his angel blood that made him a daylighter, so all the vampires won't come running and wanting to bite him. Yeah, look, exactly, like, that's the discussion that they had. Here's my question. Are we to take that that is fact and we know for sure that this is what made it happen, or are we to take it as this is what they both discussed and this is what they think? So I'm a little confused about that. Again, you know, because of PLL, it's hard to trust anything anymore, isn't it? I mean, is a tree a tree? Is a mailbox a mailbox? I mean, come on. Which reminds me, I so have to get onto PLL. I'm going to end this chat soon, guys. So if you have any more comments or questions, let me know, because I thought this chat would go for half an hour, and so I'm going to end it quite soon. But next week, we will definitely have a 1 hour chat. Isabel says, Jace not letting Simon hug him is just so Jace, especially book Jace, since the one in the show is more emotional. I loved that. Yeah, look, I definitely feel like it was very in character of Jace to do that. For me, I just would have liked to have seen it happen. But yeah, definitely it is a reflection of who he is. So I definitely do understand that. So I've been thinking about like sayings and stuff to end my Shadowhunter reviews and my Shadowhunter chats. For those of you in the comment below and let me know, family who watch my PLL videos, holla, thank you so much for being here at Shadowhunters. And if you don't watch my PLL videos or live chats, holla to you. Thank you so much for coming on board for Shadowhunters. As you guys know, for PLL, I say two can keep secret if one of them is AD. What do you guys think I should do for Shadowhunters? I've been thinking about it for a while, and I have no idea what I'm going to say to end my chats for Shadowhunters. But if you guys have a suggestion, let me know, and I will definitely use it at the end of this one, which, as I say, is going to be ending very, very, very soon. Yeah, I'm just going to have a very quick drink here, guys. Sorry, but I do get rather parched during these chats. Thank you for that. See, again, shows how realistic this is. When I go and take a drink, I don't hide it, but you guys, like, just get a little parched, so excuse me, and I'm sorry that I do that. AJ says, I like how Alec has accepted his sexuality. I do too. I love that, because I loved Alec from day one. Like, seriously, it was, I shouldn't say this, but it was all I could do to stop myself from jumping into the TV and just running off into the sunset with this guy. I love Alec. I'm so Alec fan. Like, I feel like I'm his #1 fan. So the fact that he accepted his sexuality and knows that he is gay, oh my god, that whole storyline was amazing, and I love that he accepted it too. Isabel says, I don't know if they'll follow the books, but Jace's angel blood did make Simon a daylighter. Okay, wonderful. So I guess if that's the case in the book, then I guess we can just accept that that's what it is here. As I said, I just didn't know if I should take it as truth or not, but I think I might just do that. So OJ says, lol, you're so Alec, like I'm so Emerson. Oh, yeah, I think that's true. Like, I am. I'm very Alec. And yeah, and you're very Emerson. Like, seriously, like, I love Queen Mona, and I hope she has a lot of scenes in this next episode. But I am, like, so totally King Alec all the way as well. So you guys, like, if, like, I mean, that scene, I know it was like 2 seconds, but when he kissed Magnus, oh my god, all I could think was, I know we got to find this demon thing, don't get me wrong, I get that, but like, can't we just have a little more lovey-dovey, which is so wrong because, as you guys know, like with my PLL things, I'm like, no ships, I don't want any of this, no fillers, but I don't know, there's something about Alec being in any sort of lovey-dovey scene that I absolutely love. All right, you guys, I think this is where we are going to leave it. So once again, thank you so much for tuning into this first live Shadowhunters chat. We are going to keep the same time every single Wednesday until the end of the season. So Wednesday, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you enjoyed this chat and you want to come back for more, subscribe to my channel. And if you click the bell, you will definitely be notified. Isabel says, Shadowhunter sings in Latin, oh, good luck to me. Ave atque valer, hail and farewell. Yes, which is a very Wiccan thing as well, hail and farewell. Polvis et umbra sumus, we are dust and shadows. Ignis aurum probat, fire tests gold. Oh, very interesting. Maybe one of these as you're saying. And IJ says, yeah, I agree. Oh, maybe. Does it need to be in Latin? I need to learn how to say all this. You know, you guys, my friend is really good at saying stuff in Latin. It always surprises me when I talk to him, and if I show him something in Latin, he just, boom, he knows how to say it. But for me, it just takes me a little bit longer. So if I'm saying it right, let me know. Hail and farewell could be a good one. Yeah, like I would like that. I'd say it's very Wiccan to say hail and farewell. So I would like that. So yeah, what do we have? Hail and farewell. We are dust and shadows. Fire tests gold. Definitely. They're all things to work with. You don't have to say in Latin, just do English. Yeah, I think that might be an idea. Of course, it doesn't have to be in Latin. Thanks, Isabella. All right. So what do we have? Hail and farewell. We are dust and shadows. Fire tests gold. Okay. I think for this one, I will say all of those. And then I'll try and find a way to make it all just work for the next episode, for the next installment. Thank you once again so much for being here. You know how much it means to me when you guys come along and we have these chats as family. Do not forget, Pretty Little Liars fans, tomorrow, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, PLL live chat for this next episode, Season 7, Episode 17. I'm so looking forward to that. We are so close to the end. But until next time, we are dust and shadows, fire tests gold, and hail and farewell. I'm Francois T. Bye, guys.